Are we live? Of course we are live. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel and back by popular demand. One of these out of the blue unplanned things, but they say the best things in life are unplanned. And I am joined by two of the real proper OGs. So without further ado, allow me to introduce all the way from Catalonia, back again, Spanish pundit. Ahmad, what you say, my brother?
How's it going, guys? How's it going, guys? I'm well. I'm ready for the Euros. I'm ready. I'm ready. What you guys voice?
All good, man. All good, my guy. I miss the football. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. Pause. But you know what I mean. I genuinely don't know what to do with myself. The tennis has been keeping me going, but I mean, once Nadal is out and Djokovic is out, you don't really look. I like Alcaraz, but I'm not. I still need to. I still need time to. It's not that old
To
rivalry of the.
process.
I still need to process the Alcaraz because all the other guys are meaty, but anyway, we're back nonetheless. And without further ado, all the way from North London, looks like he's literally in North London or
Feel
Antarctica.
so. I feel so.
Governor, what are you
That's
telling me,
in
my
theory.
bro?
Good evening to the viewers. Good evening to everybody. Yeah, look, guys, it's been what it's been though that period where you kind of just like football. I've never been so excited for friendlies like I am now. Like the friendlies on TV at night. I can't wait. I can't wait because literally, honestly speaking, without our business, football, everybody's preferred choice. I'm being a Barcelona fan, us being fans who support teams in North London. It is something that you will look forward to. So the Euros couldn't have come at a better time. Yeah, so excited for Friday night.
Say no more. Couldn't agree with you more. But before we dive into it, we have a lot to discuss. People, you know what to do. Slap a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's get straight into it. I guess there's only one place to start. Like you did mention, the friendlies, Bram, and look, I think France versus Canada very underwhelming. Didier Deschamps playing a second string squad, of course. I think the only player that stood out there really was Saliba, which I don't think it means much because Didier Deschamps is gonna play Konate and Upamecano. But I think the real upset of upsets was Iceland beating England. Governor, now we've had our. Give me your opinion on first and foremost his squad selection because I know Southgate has left quite a few players out of the team. Namely, surprisingly, Jack Grealish being left out. Obviously, Madison, we've discussed it as well. Look, obviously, given
Yeah,
form near the end, like after he came back from his injury, was a bit iffy. Maguire being left out, even though I think carrying an injury as well. But what did you make of the Iceland England friendly? And of course, we'll touch on the media afterwards. But first, give me your brief summary on his squad selection and then what you made of the game.
look for me, obviously, being an England fan, I just kind of feel that he, I don't know if he's throwing in the towel. Yeah, I did, and the rain started in here by me first. um, I'm dressed like this because I just feel cold. I don't feel excited anymore where England's concerned. I feel cold, so that's why I'm dressing like this.
Not saying
Um,
no more.
Look, I just kind of feel that we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Past three big tournaments, we're talking about World Cup semi-final, um, Euro Championship final, and then before that he lost and then following that he lost in the World Cup quarterfinal. So he hasn't not gotten to got knocked out in respectable rounds in the World Cup. He has, right. I think it's just that old age-old thing of everybody feels that this person or that person. Whether there's not even, and I think even with you, Dave, it's not even your own club's players that you feel. It's just feeling general that these are guys that deserve to go. You've
Mm,
strongly felt Madison deserves to go.
mm.
I'm okay with Madison. Um, I'm kind of in between. Yes, he should have gone. On the other hand, I understand why he's not going, and that's what people need to understand. We all cry foul of how he's unfair, has been unfair in the past, where likes of Henderson, Phillips, Maguire, and Kane were carried, right? always in the squad, no matter what, whether they played, didn't play, they were going to be there. Same with Luke Shaw, they was going to be there. All right. Now this time around, he has opted to leave out James Madison and give someone like Eze, who is that last 10, 15 games, he deserves his
Well
opportunity.
deserved. Well
Cole
deserved.
Palmer, Cole
Mm.
Palmer, yeah, I can see, but then it doesn't make sense. Which is where the argument comes in. You've got no creativity. You're opting for Palmer and Eze. And Madison slightly better when it comes to creativity and just doing something unorthodox, right? In terms of what he can produce. But do you reward him for what you know he can do and what he did before Christmas, or do you reward him for the fact that who ended the season, you're gonna go with the best team possible? Contradictory to that, he then selects Luke Shaw, hasn't played all year.
Which is what I was about to ask you now. So how do you
I
justify
will.
how do you
You
So
justify
how
see,
do you
the
justify the
so
selection
how
here?
do you justify that? How do you justify leaving Maguire out that would have only missed the first game but would have been a dead cert for the second? Luke Shaw is an uncertainty for the second game.
Hmm.
How do you justify that? Right? So that's where he's got a lot to answer for. And I've spoken about this and I've had people accuse me of being sour grapes. I'm not being sour grapes. I would not have selected Harry Kane. I wouldn't have selected him.
Why?
Oh,
Why?
Plain and simply before for the mere fact that the dynamics of what he selected. So we look at what he's selected. He's got Palmer, he's got Gordon, he's got Eze, he's got Saka, Foden. If you just mention that names, you're just talking speed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You got Harry
yeah,
Kane.
but they do have creative quality in them. I mean, the tech can start with players like Foden, like Saka.
Right? But do you not see that all of a sudden, if you look at, amongst all of that, Harry Kane becomes an obstacle in that type of football then?
Hmm.
He becomes obstacle in the fact of his lack of speed. Right? And it's a simple thing. They bomb forward. If he started the move back at the halfway line, you're never gonna catch up with him.
Exactly.
This is why when England go forward in the game against Iceland, and the game against he came on against Bosnia, he only scored because it was in the box. Literally everything happened and it just fell into the box, and he was always going to score when it falls into the box. But when you're talking about clear-cut chances created, England can't play through the lines. England can't go over the top of Harry Kane because he's never going to get there.
Yeah, but
Right?
we know Harry Kane is the
Yeah,
Golden Boy.
but
We
then
know that.
If I'm him, pull
not
off a
just that.
masterstroke. Pull off a masterstroke. Play Ollie Watkins and you play Kane in the role that you did not select Madison in for. Play him in the 10. I promise you, Harry Kane for me is a way better number 10 than Kevin De Bruyne. I'll put my head on a block. I'll put my head on a
Right
block.
now, I will agree with that. Actually, I will agree with that because Kevin De
Harry
Bruyne
Kane is a way better number 10 than Kevin De Bruyne. People
My
will
thing
argue because
is-
he's a striker, but I'm telling you, look at the goals Kane created for Spurs at playing at the 10. Look at his assists for Bayern, and you compare that to De Bruyne. Bruyne is brilliant, world class. But I'm telling you, you play Harry Kane and him over a full season in the same position, Kane will statistically outplay him and outbeat him.
No, I hear that.
He will.
I hear that,
He
but,
will.
but again, look,
So if
like,
he's
what
out,
I don't understand is why can't you then? Because we've seen Harry Kane do this, drop back and let somebody from the midfield run in and he gives the pass. So you can still play Kane and somebody like Palmer can slot into the 9 or whoever's in the mid. Even Saka can come in if he wants to.
but they lose the
He
ball and
doesn't
then
have
they're
to be there.
outnumbered. They lose the ball and outnumbered. That's what I say.
Mm.
Play me as a 10. Play him as a 10 in midfield, and you it will probably a masterstroke because he will confuse the living crap out of everybody. The opposition
Or
will
are we
struggle
gonna
to
have a Haaland situation whereby he's only good when he's in the box and further on he's useless?
The thing is with Kane, because he's a better footballer than Haaland, so if you play Kane as a 10, you'll probably still see the quality, but you're not going to see the goals because he's not going to be in the box. You play him as a striker. I feel that he just literally he slows everything down, and that's what made England look bad. It makes him look bad when he plays.
but
Right?
wouldn't you then say you're referring to the pace factor? Wouldn't it then have made sense then for him to maybe leave one of a Tony or leave Tony out and take one of the quick wingers then maybe Because let's be honest,
No, I would have.
nobody's just gonna spectate in the tournament because, like
You're gonna need to play Madison if you're taking Harry Kane because it's just the fact that Madison will have the intelligence to link up with him and find him if he's playing further forward, right? And you bring Madison on. If he's talking about going, there's going to be Trent, Rice, and Jude Bellingham as the England's midfield. So that blows everything out the window. So why did you take Eze? Why
exactly.
did you take these players if Trent's going to play centre midfield? Because that's their natural positions. So there's a lot of scrutiny about him at the moment. However, I feel, like I said to you, you asked me what are the topics for tonight. I said let's not discuss overall winners. Let's discuss group winners. And I think when we reach the knockout stages, we can have another discussion. Who do we think will win from there on? And see if he makes it out.
I think, you know what, you can call me crazy. I think England going home in the group stages. Honestly. You know why?
You know what's this thing with England? It's every year the same thing. Great on paper. Team looks brilliant. World class star-studded. When it comes to on the pitch, they struggle to deliver. And I can't see past that. For years.
That's a fact. If you look at the Bosnia game, right? It's Bosnia, fine, it's a friendly. Can't write much into it, but so was Iceland, was a friendly. Without him, they started stumble, but you know what? They looked more livelier when you had the likes of Mino, you had the likes of Bellingham on the field, Eze, etc. Right? You brought him on, he scored the goal. You then reverted to that against Iceland, and you could see why people were annoyed and booing and the whole negative publicity around because just my theory proved right. The minute you play him, Anthony Gordon is a tearaway winger. He will rinse people up at the right back with his speed, right? Watkins has got speed. He just keeps running and running and running. Foden naturally running. Eze very quick with the ball at his feet. All you're talking about here is speed. England's got blessed with pace in the players that they're taking along, and then you've got him. So we know his reputation, marksman, top England goal scorer ever. We get that. And he probably will end up scoring. He could easily be the Golden Boot winner in this tournament.
I was about to say now, what if he gets the Golden Boot?
He could.
But I promise you that 50% will be penalties. You know he doesn't miss a penalty.
He don't. He must one. I've only seen him miss one.
He missed
in my lifetime. That's an anomaly.
Whatever,
honestly. He scored a penalty in that game as well.
So he'll probably end up winning the Golden Boot, and he'll end up score 3 of them for penalties. And I hope he proves me wrong. I will hold my hand up to say if he proves me wrong and he takes England all the way to the semi-final and he puts in displays, brilliant. But I can't see it happening. Like you say, I won't be surprised if we are knocked out in the group stages. I won't be surprised also if England stutter because I just checked the groups. Remember, it's the top 2 of each group go through, and plus the 4 best third place. So worst case, I think England will sneak through in third place.
Yeah, I remember Portugal stunk their way to the tournament in 2016 like that. So.
Yes, with their draws, and they came third and we ended up winning it. So
yeah.
I think that's my take on England. I'm with the likes of Pickford being selected, I go with that. Trippier playing left back is just beyond me. Then he also picks Joe Gomez to play left back. I just feel that he's Spain, Ahmed, Spain. You look at them, right? If there was somebody who is not fit, your natural player, they don't make somebody else play there. If you're 17, 18, 19, and you play there in the under 20, under 21s, you are going to the Euros because you know what? You're going to play because you're naturally right-footed, naturally left-footed, naturally whatever you're natural.
Yeah.
This dude is saying that
they don't play players out of position. Simply because there's a system.
I don't believe that there's no left-footed defenders in England. If we were to run through the Premier League's left backs, you've got Zinchenko and Tierney and what's his name with a P?
Tierney went on loan, but
but you've got Tierney on your books. You've got Zinchenko. Yeah, right.
Don't count Zinchenko. He's a cheerleader. Don't count him as a defender.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not English. So we've got Davies and Udogie, so that counts him out. You got Chelsea. They've got Cucurella. Chilwell's injured. He would have obviously been the next year. So if you go through United, Shaw's there. He's the only one. And I think if you go through Liverpool, got Robertson and Simiaki, so that I get there's no real English experienced players, but have faith in the under 21s. Then
Mm.
other countries are doing it.
Pick
They're
and
willing
match,
to
so don't
take.
play. I
It's
know
not
what
even
you
a
mean.
risk.
Yeah.
It's not a risk. It's deserve it then. If
Don't
your
play a
country
square
is
peg in a
under
round hole.
21,
That-
exactly. But
Uruguay brought in a Sunday league player into the national team. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Speaking
Head
of
coach
that,
went to a Sunday league, bruh.
have you seen how well Bielsa's doing with that Uruguayan team? They're playing some fucking brilliant football at the moment.
And
But-
he also was the one who went to a Sunday league game. He skipped
Exactly.
all the top leagues. He went to a Sunday league game and he told the striker, hey, you scoring 30 goals in Sunday league, come. Uruguay, national team, straight. That's having faith in the players that is coming out of your country, out of your system.
But you see, it's like Bram said, it's all about
And-
taking risks, and Southgate has gone a lot pragmatic before, but I think this time, like Bram said, he's timed out, so now he's just taking all this. He's saying pun, all of this, but Ahmad, I want to you mentioned something about the media, the hype, they blow them up, and I want to touch on this, which is actually
sorry, before you go on with David.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys saw, or the viewers saw. He said his statement a couple of hours ago. Southgate, if England do not win the Euros, he resigns.
Yeah, I resign. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
I saw
last
that.
one too.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
he
His
resigns.
only
If they don't
chance.
win the Euro, he resigns.
Well, then he should resign now already because
Yeah.
When he's resigning already, yeah. 'cause
He's
he's
resigned.
winning
That's
that
what I'm saying.
team.
He's resigned.
But anyway, so even in the wake of all of this, and something which has been now, guys, we've been around a long time. We've been watching football for a while. Like Ahmad has touched on, you've touched on, where you said England always have the best team. I personally think it's media hype. But I'm only going to touch on. You only have to go look at '98 after Beckham got the red card. Bram, you obviously would know about this.
Yeah.
He was crucified by the media. And then after a while, 2000, I think it was 2006, then it became about Rooney's foot being the issue.
Yeah,
Then,
He got sent
We
off
go-
against Portugal.
yeah, you remember that? The whole Ronaldo thing?
yeah.
We fast forward on
Yeah.
again. Then it became Sterling with his gun tattoo, which he dedicated to his father, of course, which was killed by gun violence and all of that. And now again, recently, and obviously we know what happened at the last Euro with the Rashford and Saka missing a penalty, and Sancho was the other one, if I'm correct, Bram? Sancho
Yeah,
was the
3 of them.
So obviously we know what happened with the racism that came out after that. But now recently after this game again, Saka's played 15 minutes of the game. If anything, for me, blame the City players for the goal they conceded, because John Stones is doing up madness. I think Foden loses the ball or something. Foden loses the ball. Kyle Walker is doing his own madness. Ramsdale, another kakker, he can forget about it in any case. But point I'm trying to make is, you look at the English tabloids again. We've got Saka on half of the British pages, at the British media pages, and Kobe Mino.
I don't get this.
Bram,
I don't get this.
Bram, I think you
What
also-
happened? I'm not sure what is it about. And all I've read is about Saka's injury.
Nah, it wasn't an injury. There was an image of Saka on the ground, laying, and then there was an image where he picked up a plane that was thrown on the, those paper planes
Yeah.
that you make in high school. So he
Yeah,
threw-
that's a fan though. Yeah.
Yeah, a fan threw it onto the pitch and he threw it off. But the English media, the press, about 4 tabloids use that specific picture almost as if to say plane home, going on the plane home or whatever. Now there's a massive uproar because we know where we're going with this. I know the R word is a strong word, but in a sense they're saying that the English media are the R word. But Ahmed, what have you made about what it is over the period of time, over the years, now included, and Bram, I'd like to come on to you as well.
I think, can you guys hear me? First of all.
I can hear you.
Okay. I think what it is, you said you don't want to bring up the R word, but it feels like there's a target here. Number one, let's look at the broader picture. English media is always overhyping the English players, the English team, and they put so much pressure on this team. Which, number one, they should have the pressure, because if you look at the selected team, but it's the same thing every year. every season, every year, every Euros. The tabloid, I think it's a bit unfair, but I think it's because they don't have anything else to talk about. And I'm gonna come out and say it. Why are the black players being targeted? I know about the racism stuff in Spanish football. It's prominent. By the way, a big victory for Spanish football. Vinicius won his
Yeah.
first
When you
case
say you won the case.
against he won the case. So a step in the right direction. But I mean, what my only question is, what if it was not a black player? Would the tabloids have the same reaction? And
Exactly.
and and the thing is, the last thing that England team needs is that. Trust me, I know.
Exactly.
Coming from a Barcelona perspective, the biggest problem Xavi had with the team was getting the players' confidence up because anything Barcelona done was negative. If we won 4-0, it wasn't good enough performance. It's we scraped 4 goals. If we won 2-0, 3-1, it was an okay performance. It's not what it should be. So, and that has a very, very big impact on the players. No matter how big the players is, no matter how good they are. Imagine, you don't want to see that. You want motivation, you want your country behind you, you want to feel that there is belief. But how can you feel when there is belief when you've got every pundit in every media and tabloid just looking for the negative?
Exactly. And
When is it gonna end?
and now I'm gonna defend my own player now because my thing is Saka is like you could honestly say Saka is the type of boy you'd bring home. You want your girlfriend, your daughter to bring home. You never see him in the media for the wrong things. You got
For the
Foden
wrong
looking like
things, exactly.
doing up the Gaza hairstyle, bringing girls to the camp with flippin' Greenwood, bringing girls up, bringing to the camp. Nothing gets said. Nothing gets said about Foden. Nothing gets said about Grealish that does go in COVID time, go on the boozer when people are supposed to be indoors in lockdown, and I didn't see this backlash for Harry Kane when he missed the penalty against France or so, and that's not a jab.
Exactly.
That's not a jab at Kane. I mean, Saka also got criticism for his penalty as well. I criticize Saka. Don't get me wrong. You guys can look on the channel always where I've said Saka needs to be dropped. He's playing shit. But my thing is keep it to a football thing. But why is it always the black players that? And I can guarantee you, poor Kobe Mino, even Ten Hag summed it up perfectly after the FA Cup final when he said, guys, that's the media doing their thing. Don't blow him up. Just let him play his game. I can promise you, United fans better strap on their
Mm.
seat now. Because what Arsenal fans are experiencing now with Saka, they can experience the exact same thing with Kobe Manu. Bram, I'll let you
Isn't it
come
be
on.
his fault? Isn't it be his fault if we look the media, all right? Paul Gascoigne was a key example. They destroyed Paul Gascoigne.
Exactly.
Probably, arguably the best British English player that
Best.
we've had since George Best.
The
Right, the
best.
best. He's been the best. Um,
Yeah.
because of at his age, he proved it and what he did on the world stage. And he was. Yes, he was extreme. I think in football back then he was bad. In football today he would have just been slaughtered for the
Oh,
lifestyle that he lived. But at the end of the day, they hyped him up at that age, and then they hyped him up to break him down. And leading up to the Euros, I was thinking, you've got the English journalists, one of the biggest. They set off leaving England with Try Template 1966. Leave the people in peace. Let them. You know what they did the country proud. Why everything must be about even that slogan, football's coming home.
coming
It's so
home.
much pressure on the players that it started off just as a comedy song. It's literally just a
Mm.
comedy song,
Uh,
transgressing into becoming a football folklore anthem, as transgressing to why the world hates England.
mm.
You know,
100%.
Mm.
um, and similarly to I mean, in your case, Barcelona, they have the same attack on them as what England's national team has, right? Um, they moved on from players like the likes of Gascoigne, the likes of the things that Rooney used to do, etc. Now it's moved on to race. Every black player is the fault if England loses. Call it what you want to. Jack Grealish leaving the England squad because he never made it and not playing the Friday night, and that's bad.
Exactly.
Call it
Exactly.
what you want to.
Mm.
Call it what you want to. Um, um, in I'm gonna say it's bad for the simple fact. I understand. I get it. Must be embarrassing that you find out you're not gonna go, but the country still has a game. I blame England for arranging. If you're gonna announce your squad on the Friday, don't have a friendly the Friday night because are you going to hold on to the guys that are not in the squad, or are you going to just let them go? Right?
Exactly.
I would have
How
played
does
the
Sterling
friendly
Grealish come with
Thursday.
the squad? He is
I would have played
hella
the Friday. I would have played
important.
the friendly Thursday night, and then after the game announce the squad. Right?
Mm.
Everybody then goes on
Yeah,
their way. What they did
but
was
I
it was
don't. I
supposed to
don't.
come out Friday. He announced the squad Thursday.
Thursday, which is
Remember, the squad
why.
has to be on the 7th. Thursday, he
Mm,
announces the squad and Grealish packs his bag. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go home.
mm.
I don't need to be here. If I'm not going to go, so what's the point? He says, well, yeah, but he would have started. Why would he have started?
Why? What's the
Why would you
point?
have him there? But be that as it may, get how Grealish feels and whatever. But who hyped you up to go? If you read all the media reports, he was in every pundit squad to go. And I think he believed it.
You
I
believe it?
believed it. The Crystal Palace boy that's there, that is gone. What's his name? Adam Wharton.
Wharton. Mm.
You guys in the universe. He's
I
not going to
can't.
play a
You know
game.
what? He's
He's
been
not going to
doing
play
well,
a
but I
game.
mean, did any of us speak about Wharton at the beginning of the season? No,
He was a
No,
backbone in the beginning of the season. He went to Palace in Christmas.
exactly.
But you understand? So you understand
Yeah.
that Jack really picking his stuff up and saying, okay, why am I going? Because you're taking an 18-year-old. If you're saying it's for the future, just buy a ticket for him and let him hang around the squad. Just buy
Mm.
a plane ticket for him.
let him
But you pick
absorb.
him in the
Let
squad.
him
Exactly.
soak the environment. Yeah.
It's mad. It's
I
mad.
just feel you can't skip on somebody as vastly. I would say this as vastly as experienced as Jack Grealish or the type of matches he played, the type of opponents he got. Remember, many of
Exactly.
these players that playing in the Euros, he's gone up against them on the stage as big as the Champions League. He's gone through. He knows the matchup. He knows his players. He knows what to do in certain situations. You can't get that from another player besides his pace and what he brings to the game. I still think, regardless of what happened, you should still try and resolve it and take him with because he is important. And I think if you don't realize who your important players is and have this attitude of, if I'm not going to play you regardless of who you are, then you're shooting yourself in the foot because like sometimes you're going to have to suck up to your best players in order if you want to win the tournament. But taking
I think
somebody
is
as Adam
look,
Morton, as good
look,
as he
like you
And
said,
is,
you
you've got
need
no chance.
experience,
You've got
he's
and
no
not
chance
over.
getting the. You've got no chance getting the two of them back in a healthy state because the minute they knew they weren't playing, Jack really started
uh,
drinking.
yeah, he's already
He
on the
started
drink.
drinking. There's no chance you're gonna get him.
Mm.
From now till then, it's 4 days in Edinburgh's world. 4 days is a lot if he has nothing to do in terms of drinking. 4 days is a lot. It's a lot of alcohol consumed in those 4 days. Edinburgh's probably in America somewhere, in Miami or Vegas or whatever. But for right enough, for 8 months, 9 months of the year, he's had to do nothing but play football. So let him enjoy his life. You
Mm.
disappointed him, so whatever he does is up to him now.
Look on the bright
He's
side, City isn't complaining. They've got a
Yeah,
one less player to worry about being injured,
I'd be
starting the
surprised
new
if he's
season
still there,
afresh.
if he's not sold before the season starts.
I think they'll sell him. Honestly,
I
I
think they're
think
gonna
they'll
sell
sell
him
him.
soon. I'd be
I don't
surprised
think
if he
so. I
stays there.
think I think
Uh,
they'll slowly start to work him out and start working Doku in, but they won't sell him immediately. I think
I think they'll
they'll
work
still
him
see the
out.
value he can
They'll
bring.
work him out. I think his last year is going to be determined by. And I think that's a topic of conversation when the season starts.
mm.
I think, but just I think his last year will be determined if this is Pep's last year. If this is not Pep's last year, I think his women is protected by Pep. It was a Pep signing,
Yeah,
so
Mm.
if Pep decides, because remember he's still making up his mind, he said it's going to be his last year. But there's two tones in what he's saying. If Pep decides
yeah.
to throw in the towel, I think City's going to cash in on Jack Grealish.
I think they
But
will.
if Pep says, I think this will be his last year at City as well.
Yeah. But hey, yo, big up
So
everyone inside in the chat. I see there's a lot of people viewing, but nobody's commenting. Leave your questions. Don't worry, we'll post them up and we will answer it. But guys, let's get to the tournament bracket. Sorry, pause. Yeah, no, Rona. Group A, guys. Germany, Switzerland, Hungary, Scotland. Ahmad,
sure.
top two.
What a group.
Germany first, Switzerland second, Hungary third.
Hmm, I can see the
Switzerland, you're going with Xhaka.
Yes, I think there's a surprise to that. I think we all know that international games can be full of surprises. We've seen it with the World Cup. There's a hell of a lot of surprises there. I think Switzerland has some tricks up the sleeve. I don't know everybody in Switzerland. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not to be all in all football knowledge, but I do know that from the one or two games that I have seen, they don't
Yeah.
look bad.
They don't have
They
bad
don't
side.
look bad. They
They're
don't look
not
like a team
a
that's gonna
bad.
back against a big team.
No, they're not
No,
France.
definitely they are not a bad team. Obviously you've got Zaka, you've got there in the team. And then also you've got the strikers that they've got are quite decent as well. Quado Dawa is someone, and especially also that Steven Zuba, the midfielder.
Zuba,
They've got Fabian Sharp, Newcastle.
Zuba is class.
Yeah. You
He
see,
is
so they've
class.
got, and they've got Rodriguez, that defender, Ricardo Rodriguez is here. So they've got some, and I'm also tending to go with what Ahmed is saying in terms of the group. I'm
I'll
also
agree with
leaning
Ahmed.
heavily towards
agree with Ahmed.
Germany,
I can't see
and
Scotland.
Switzerland. Yeah, and I can't see Scotland or Hungary. Germany. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Switzerland top the group.
Nah, come on. Now,
No. I understand where Bram's coming from. I understand where Bram's coming from. Because Germany doesn't have a good international performance.
The Germans on home soil, come on.
No,
No, but I get where Bram's coming from. Look at Germany's performance.
They're very young, right? We've also had a very off form Joshua Kimmich, big player. Neuer, big player, totally off form. Right?
Still think the Sagan should start.
Yeah, so you've got the likes of Gnabry and you've got Sane. Those guys are there, but generally the German team is pretty young. So opening game, Scotland. You know the Scots are always a tough hurdle to overcome. Place your bets on a Scotland own goal. They love scoring an own goal in their opening games, right? Trust the jocks. But you wouldn't be surprised if Scotland hold them to a draw. You just wouldn't be surprised, and Germany going to win their last two games, and that's where I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if Switzerland top the group and Germany comes second. But I expect those
And
to go
this
through.
is why I agree with what Bram is saying. Because Germany's performance, regardless of the team, hasn't been all that international wise. Let's forget about the last friendly games. Let's look at the big stages. Look at the big stages and where their performance is.
It's their home. They're in their home turf, so that's why I'm going with the Germans. Kai Havertz,
Maybe.
leading the line.
Cruz, Havertz,
I
Gundogan.
don't even believe that shit even when I see that now. Do you know it?
Yeah, Cruz, Neuer, Havertz, Gundogan. That's the experience. Rudiger at the back, right?
Musiala and Wirtz.
I think they have Fulkrug in there as well.
Musiala's there.
Fulkrug.
Musiala's there.
Fulkrug is class, my bro.
Wirtz.
Yeah,
Florian
Fulkrug is
Wirtz,
striker.
level.
Gnabry, Julian Brandt. So they've got the players. We understand that they've got the players. No doubt about it. However, first game nerves. Opening night nerves.
It can happen. You know what?
Can happen.
I think the Stegen should start because I don't see a reason why the Stegen when he's played for Germany. Maybe I'm biased because of Barca, but I'm trying to look past that. Just the fact at looking at the Stegen's performances, and he hasn't been bad for Germany, and the majority of the media in Germany are saying the Stegen should start because he has been the better performing keeper. And you can't look at the fact, you can't say you want the keeper playing from the back because the Stegen can do that. Although Manuel Neuer was, let's say, the OG, everybody wanted to follow him when he started doing that. But I mean, the Stegen has been better on performance.
He was lucky the other night.
Super
Whenever they played. When he came to the halfway line and he tried to play a chip pass to one of his defenders, the guy intercepts the ball on the halfway line. Unfortunately, the guy gets blown up for offside. Yeah, it was. I just hope that Germany don't use it as a sentiment to say farewell to Cruz and Neuer that he starts. I agree with you. Sagan needs to start, but I don't think Germany will take him, and he doesn't play though.
That's the thing. That's
the other thing though. It's unlike an infield player. Cruz can play and come off or come on, but you can't have Neuer start and come. You can't make a substitute and bring him on. I don't think that will ever happen. But
I think it's gonna have to be a swap in games.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a strategy in plan where you know what keeper would give you this, that you can't not play both of them. I think you have to play it. For fans,
I
you
think
have to.
I personally think that Nagelsmann is gonna play Neuer. I don't know why. I just have
I
a feeling.
also we can see he's the favorite. It's been chosen.
Uh,
Look, from a Barca perspective, I wouldn't complain if my keeper's getting a rest and he doesn't get another injury. So be it. I'll take it
Yeah,
on the silver platter. But
def-
I also want to see
definitely.
my keeper make
on
a
the big
name for
stage.
himself and show him how good he is because he has
No,
been brilliant.
he has to start, but I think Neuer, just on sentiment, is gonna probably play.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah,
do you
most
agree on the
likely.
group? I think we all on in unison on the group A. Group B, group of death. Ahmad,
Yo,
Spain, Italy, Croatia, Albania. Talk to me, Ahmad.
Spain first. Spain first. And I personally believe if it's not France, it's Spain winning this whole tournament. Because the performances that not forget about the Barca like this stuff from Lopez, Lamine Yamal, players like Lenormand and Zubimendi, those players are putting in it. They look like different players. So
You know what?
Spain
Now
first.
that you actually mention it, sorry to break your word. I actually, I don't watch Supermendi week in week out. I'm not gonna twang you or whatever and be like people that's gonna say no. I've watched him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen much of Supermendi this past season, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him in this Euro. I'm actually properly going to watch Supermendi. So yeah, carry on. As you were saying.
Look, he's a class player, but it's just the system that Spain has. It just fits in a whole lot better. Like players like Norman and Zubimendi and those type of players. Even Kukurea looks good. Like, I mean, come on. Just the way they play, it's absolutely fantastic. So I think Spain first, and I don't think Italy second. I would put Croatia second. I would, just because they
You
have
guys
that
are writing
gear
off
and
my
the flair.
Italians, man. You guys are being
I I
disingenuous.
I I
yeah,
haven't
You guys
been
are
convinced
you're
by
writing off my
Italy.
Italians, man.
I
I
watched both.
haven't been convinced by Italy.
I watched Italy the other night. Uh, yeah, they're very different to what Italy that you know, like solid defensive. They play
That
like
you
a
Bruh,
that
football,
you know,
right? They play
yeah.
football and they play
bruh.
I
football.
can't be convinced by it.
Croatia for me the other night, the Croatians is always one of my favorite football nations to watch because they technically just so
They're
great
very
technical
daring.
ability.
Resilient as well.
Brilliant. But their brilliance on the ball, the creativity, the artistry on the ball, and they're also like skillful. Like most of the viewers won't remember this guy. And the most skillful Croatian players was a guy called Robert Prozinecki. He was at
I love
Barcelona.
Brozinski.
Ended up
98,
playing for
98.
Barcelona.
Yeah, you talk
Yes,
about
I
98.
remember.
Yeah,
Yep.
Euro
Remember?
96, 90, and then for World Cup
Yes.
98. But in his
Nine
time
World
at Barca, for most clubs that he played for, he was so skillful. Zonimir Boban, as well, Davos Suka, those players, Karol Poborski. But I feel Croatia this time around, not
Do
much
you think they
quality in
play just
football, but
Do you
really
think the
rugged.
players? Do you think the players are a bit aging and right now, bro?
Yeah,
Croatian?
but they always have the youngsters that they come through. I mean, we've got two youngsters that's first signed on Croatians on our books, and the one is there, the 19-year-old. And the 16-year-old didn't make the squad. Finally, 16-year-old he didn't make the squad, right? And they've got a mixture of they're either quite old or they're quite young. There's no in between. So that's what makes them
Yeah, but I mean,
dangerous.
it's not like the old players are not performing.
Yeah, but you
For
need the
their age,
legs.
they're
You could
putting
see
in
the
the
other
work.
night. You could see the other night Modric in he was kind of hanging on by a
Yeah.
thread,
Mm.
trying to keep up with them. It's not like at Madrid where everything is sort of slowed down to accommodate them the way they play, and they're
Kovac is
successful in
not
that.
exactly gonna run around chasing trees for him also as well.
Young running around. This is Modric eventually played like in a real 10 role, and that's what he's. That's why I see will put them to the second place, just purely on Italy's got a bit more, but not just maturity, but they've also got good campaigners for me, man.
The know-how.
I'm going. Yeah, Spain, Italy. Um,
I'm going Spain,
Croatia, I think is
Croatia, only
the
because Croatia is a team that you cannot write off, and I think they've shown it on multiple occasions, regardless of the squad that they choose. They're very resilient and they're daring. They're not afraid to go down. And I just think that Italy, I don't know, Italy hasn't. I don't know. Italy hasn't shown me that they look like a team that can perform.
I
You
can't
don't know
write
what
them
you get on the day.
off. No one of them in the tournament. I can't write them off.
I don't know. I can't see Italy ending second. I can see them ending third or scraping through and getting out in the knockouts by
So,
another big team like
Look,
France or something.
if your midfield consists of Jorginho, Verratti, Barella, all right, and you've got your front line, Immobile, you've got
Chiesa. Chiesa.
yeah, you've got
Chiesa,
Skamaka, who's a
Federico,
Skamaka will probably play
handful.
up top.
Skamaka.
Skamaka is a handful.
Mm.
Um, all right, so they, if you look at that is really it's quite a nifty front line in midfield.
Yeah,
It,
Marco,
it
the Marco on
is,
the
but
side.
then you have to
Canato as
put
well,
in the
because even
same
Canato
work.
from
Then you
me,
have to show.
he's gone as well.
No, sorry.
So
Then you have to
and
show the
Wilfred,
work.
I think they're going to.
That's the
I
thing
think
because we
they
know they're brilliant players. We know that.
they're the reigning champions. So
But
I think they're going to pull it out. They pull a rabbit out of a hat again. They're going to surprise everybody. That's how I feel. They're
I also
dangerous.
feel so. I don't never write of the Italians. Group
I feel
C.
they're
nah,
dangerous.
I'm not fully writing them off. I just don't see them in second.
Okay. So Group C.
Group
Rams
C.
group. England, Denmark, Serbia, Slovenia. I'm gonna have to go England, uh, Denmark, Denmark and Serbia third. I'm gonna leave it just like that. That's my three.
Uh, England, England second, Denmark first. Let's go for a bit
Denmark
of a
first.
change.
Denmark
You
first.
guys
Yes.
like
Oh,
the
guys, do yourselves a favor. Watch Denmark's highlights of their friendlies the other night. I think it was like last
Did you
night.
see Ericsson's goal? Did you see Ericsson's goal?
The Hoiberg scored in all the friendlies.
Yeah, how mad is that?
Yeah, they're gonna upset this group. They're gonna upset this group. I won't be mad at anyone saying Denmark first, England second.
If Denmark is first, and I'm putting a bet on it, you heard here first. Denmark first, England second. Putting my money on it.
Third.
Serbia. I think it's Serbia, no?
Hmm.
Is it Serbia? Yeah,
Yeah.
Serbia.
Yeah, Slovenia is gonna be the whooping boys.
Group D.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be the sand sucker of the group.
D. France, Holland, Poland, Austria. I think it ends like that, just like that, in that exact order for me. And that's me being biased. France, Netherlands,
Ah,
Poland.
Netherlands, guys. I don't foresee them to win the tournament, but I have been for the
I
last
see
few years.
Netherlands
They've been
going quarters.
absolutely boring. But this time around, I
The
also
team looks
compliments to
exciting.
Canada.
The
Compliments
team
to Canada, right? Canada starting off new coach. You know, and I mean it's Canada, it's little Canada. The way Canada play football, guys, I enjoyed the Canada Netherlands friendly. The Netherlands for me exciting to watch. Watch
Did the
out for them.
Netherlands slaughter them?
Yeah, but the way Canada played, you know, when they're 2-0 down, these are new boys for Canada. Right? There's a couple of guys, I'm sure they are South African that became Canadian. But the way they play,
Yeah.
but the former Jesse Marsh as a coach there, Canada played really well. Actually tested the Netherlands, really put them under the gun. It wasn't a boarding friendly, and they did the same with France. Both teams came out victorious, but the way that Canada went about it, because they're preparing for the Copa America.
Mm.
It was really good friends to watch.
Mm.
And the Netherlands, for me, they stepped up and they are they're gonna be exciting to
Yeah,
watch.
they'll be there. They will be there.
But I'm going France first, Netherlands second.
Poland, Austria third.
I don't think either of the two will come as third qualifiers because they're probably gonna lose to both of these teams. So you
Yeah.
left 3 points.
I would put it
Five.
France, Netherlands, Austria, Poland.
Yeah, I don't think
France-
anyone in Group D other
France,
than the
Netherlands,
Congo
Austria,
will
Poland.
make it to the next round.
Yeah, I also think so.
Belgium, Ukraine, Romania, Slovakia.
Do you know these are the kind
I
of groups
think
I'm
we leave
excited
it
to watch.
just so.
I like the such groups. You know it, Bremer. Really.
I like this groups because you know what? They're going to give you the
Personally.
most exciting football. It's going to be end to end. They're going to get the goals galore. And it's so open. Belgium for me is crap. Like Belgium is a really shit side. I'm sorry, all the players they've got. So for me, I'm gonna go with qualifiers here, Romania and Ukraine to go through.
Whoa, you shooting off Belgium.
Yeah,
Yo,
That's a big one.
yo,
That's
it's a
a
I'm gonna
big
go
big
Romania and
one.
Ukraine.
Yo, if UK
Either
does like
Belgium and
Ukraine,
Belgium
I'm
might
Ukraine.
coming
make
to you
it.
for the
Belgium
lotto
might make
numbers
it
on
through
this
as third place, but guys, let's be honest now. This team that they've got flattered to deceive for how many years, and they're actually getting transgressing, getting worse. What is exciting about this team of theirs? What
Nothing.
we got Lukaku up front, of injured De Bruyne, uh,
Doku.
Trossard.
Trossard is the
They're banking on Trossard.
Trossard
They're
isn't
banking
really
on
a
Trossard
starter
and
even at
Doku.
Arsenal.
Those are the
Trossard
two
isn't
players. Vertonghen
And I
is
think Doku is there as
75.
well.
Doku, yeah.
Doku and Trossard. Vertonghen is 75. Alderweireld is 74.
Yeah.
Who else you got? Yannick Carrasco. I've never rated him at all. That
Yeah.
Arthur Vermeeren is a player. Arthur Vermeeren is a player.
Yeah, I agree.
He's 19 years old. Along with Lamal, they are my tips for young players of the tournament.
Yamal is brilliant.
I think my young player of the tournament is gonna be between Yamal and Fermin Lopez because Fermin Lopez, I think now the other night he was involved in all five of Spain's goals.
Mm.
All four, five. I think Fermin Lopez is the one to watch, and I've said it for a long time. He's been overshadowed by Pedri and Gavi at Barca and Aluminium, but I think he take nothing away
I've
from
just
this
seen
light.
The Belgian side. Uh, no man, it's just too.
Golden generation.
They're very
let's
boring.
pause.
They,
Golden
they,
They
generation.
pass, yeah, they're
for
hanging on
me,
to old
for me,
things. Yeah.
it's the football that you play, man. And for me, the football is boring.
Lekker Lukaku up front, man. Missing sitters, sweating the place out. Lekker, man.
Yeah, that's why they are firm favorites for in my book for third place.
Yeah,
Tawarira, the beast of football.
yeah. The beast Tawarila. Lekker, man.
Yeah,
Long Timberland boots. Lekker.
he is utter crap.
Oh my God, he's another situation.
Portugal, Turkey, Czech Republic, Georgia.
This is also an interesting one. I know we said group of death is group B. All right. This in itself. Portugal is my favorites to win. We don't want to talk about winners now. We said we're going to talk about
Now
group
we
winners.
wait till the
Our next show will be the knockouts.
Yeah.
Portugal, and I'm tempted to go Turkey.
I'm actually wanting to go Turkey first and Portugal second.
I'm gonna go Portugal and Turkey second. I like the Turks with Arda Güler.
I've been so excited for the longest time of Arda Güler.
Arda
And-
Güler.
And the glimpse that we've seen of him at Madrid was already like, wow. And I think you don't get a lot of times where you can say one player can change the game, but I think this is one of the few where it's like he has that potential. He is so special. He's a Madrid player, I know, but I'm going to give the props for it too. He is so special.
Look,
And-
even that's Cengiz Under is another
one.
skillful player, right?
Yeah.
Other turns Spurs down, you know. Cengiz Under turned Spurs and he went to Leicester. They got relegated. Arda Güler said, no, he's playing for Madrid. We Spurs want to take him on loan this year. He said no. Yeah, look. Also, defensive wise, you know that Kabak that was at Liverpool. They've got Sionsu. They look like a team at set piece wise. They're going to shock you. You know, they can shock you with their set pieces. Yunus Ugan and up front as well. So the Turks for me, but again, the inexperience and they're also capable of just collapsing when it matters most.
When the pressure is there, yeah.
Yeah, under pressure, the Turks don't do very well under pressure. They get to
Mm.
and they bomb out. So for me, the Czech Republic also is Suchek, Koval, you know, hardworking man. They also another team that will like
They'll try and scrape through.
wins.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Since the Czech Republic, since Baros and Jan Koller and Rosicky and them and Pavel Nedved don't play for Czech Republic, I haven't been watching them since then, honestly.
Yeah,
they split
same here.
Croatia, Czech Republic split. Look, We all know Thomas Suchek from West Ham and Cole Fold, the two West Ham
Yeah.
players. But you fancy them to be, and that chick. You remember Patrick Schick? Was it the World Cup or the last Euros where he was like
He
second
scored
top
the,
goal
was the
scorer?
Euro. Was the Euro he
Yeah,
scored the
yeah,
second
Yeah,
top?
it was the Euro where he was on fire.
Yeah, so they've got some players, but I just think Turkey got a little bit more up their sleeve, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Turkey first, Portugal second.
Yeah, I think
let me
that's
just check here.
our 16. Like I said, I can't see a third place. That group D, I can't see any of their teams coming third. And I think that
Yeah.
the four best third team. I think England's group B. Imagine if
Yeah.
no one in group B ends up being one of the top four.
Yeah, it
The
would be mad.
best four. That'd be mad.
That would be crazy.
One of Spain,
So-
Croatia, Italy going home.
Let's wrap it up. Let me ask you to pick two teams. I want you to pick two. Who's gonna win the Euro? I don't want to make it easier for you and give three.
Nah, I'm not going to say anything till the knockout stages, Debbie, because I fancy this.
Mine is very easy. Mine is
Mine is
very easy.
simple. For me,
If it's not France, it's
Portugal.
Spain. No, if it's not France, it's Spain. Definitely. I think
I'm
they are
gonna
the
go-
two
if it's-
teams
I'm
that's
I'm gonna
most
go
Yeah.
with, if it's not Germany, it's
We got a
Portugal.
question for you.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne and Trossard played major roles in their teams in the Prem. You don't think the two of them could be magical for Belgium?
No.
Nah.
I also don't think so.
You gotta remember
only
whatever-
for the
whatever
pure
around
fact
them-
of that
what
they haven't
Trossard
been
has-
able to step up on the big stage for the national team.
Whatever
You know,
round
it's
them
very
is
difficult.
key.
Yeah, it's very difficult for it's very rare, so to say, where you see a player that excels in the club and the country. It's only because at the club they have a different setup, a different environment that suits them more. When it comes to international, you kind of have to deal with what you have.
I was about to allude to what you said earlier on the stream, Ahmad, and that is the system. The system.
The system, yes.
Systems, the caliber of players playing with you. Trossard and De Bruyne probably. Trossard doesn't start for Arsenal. He starts for Belgium. But look at the other 9 players taking the field with him. It's not the same because they play at teams with different nationalities. That's what makes Portugal so dangerous. You kind of see it's almost like they're all cut from the same cloth. Same as the Spanish players. It's like they're all cut from the same cloth. They will. You can put anybody in
There's a
charge. and
sense
they
of
will just go like this,
familiarity
and they'll just
between the
play.
camp, man.
Yeah, they'll just play.
There's
They'll
this
just play.
familiarity in the camp.
Same as Brazil. But if you take a Germany, there's been time in Germany we've imputed it because you get a different manager, different style, different system, and they fail. Italy been failing for the last few years. They're kind of getting it together now. It's that kind of thing, man. So I get the viewer's question, but I just think what's around them doesn't allow them to stand out. That's why I can't see them. I'll be surprised if they make it to the knockout stages.
Same.
And they might shock me. First game they'll
I'm-
win 5-0, and then people will say, "Yeah, we told you so." I'm talking about if they must. You talking about they must quarterfinalists. That is where they should be going. I can't see them.
Yeah, not further than quarters. Yeah.
I'll
I
be
agree.
surprised if they make it out of the group.
Yeah. So, like you said, that I think that answers the question that the team quality of the player.
That's a fine line, Andrea. That question that you proposed is that the team or the quality of the player? Look, it's a fine line to walk between. It's what I've mentioned before. You get a team that can perform well, and you get very rare occasions where a player can do well for the club and the country. Let's put it for example, Kylian Mbappe. You know what you get when you get Mbappe at France, and you know what you get when you get Mbappe at PSG or Real Madrid, for example. You know exactly what you're going to get. You know you're going to get the top points. But you cannot say the same for Kevin De Bruyne and Trossard.
Also,
I think
Mbappe
Chelsea,
plays. If
for the
Mbappe's
club.
national team is better than his club team, so he's bound to stand out because his national team is way better.
100%. Nah, facts. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, his national team is way better than PSG. He's going
So for example, Kevin De Bruyne has the potential and the capability to be that standout player, but the system doesn't fit him at Belgium. He
But the
can do
players-
that. We know he can run through the midfield.
quality around him. It's a lack of quality.
Exactly.
There's no players capable of
Exactly.
reproducing it.
Because
They
if
had all
I
of
just
that
feel like if
man
he
as
was that quality player, then he should have stand up. Because
So
if you
Hazard.
are
So
that
should
good, you
Hazard
will
have
stand
done.
up for your national team.
Am
Terassi
I
boy.
hearing you must know. Am I hearing an echo? But anyway, so again, like I said, two favorites, two teams to win it. I'm going France and Portugal.
I've gone Germany and Portugal.
Okay. Yours, Ahmad?
He said
France and
Spain.
Spain.
He said France and Spain.
France and Spain. France
Okay.
and Spain. It's that easy.
These are the
I don't
knockout
know why
stages.
I see.
It'll be interesting to see if our predictions here
Are
could end up
still
beating
in
each
there.
other along the
Yeah,
way.
don't forget, we'll do a stream again. I can promise you when it
That's what
gets
I'm
to there,
saying.
I
I'm
was
waiting till the
there.
I
knockouts.
just
I'm waiting
I
for the
just feel
knockouts.
like for the preparation for the Euro, I just feel like France and Spain is like Euro, and everybody else is following. I don't know why. I can't
That's what I'm
unsee it.
saying. The
Of the
intensity with which the
level of
Netherlands,
football performance,
the
it's
intensity of which the Netherlands are
insane.
playing, the intensity the Netherlands are playing at, they're gonna shock people. A lot of people. The Netherlands, they're gonna shock people.
True. Young player of the
I think they
tournament.
can make quarters, and that's not more than that.
I'm going for the further Turkey goes, the further
I
I'm
haven't
going
seen
with the
Netherlands going
Turkish young.
further than quarters.
I'm going with the further Gula goes, the further Turkey goes, the more we're gonna see of this kid. And same with Lamal. Same with Lamal for me. Those two. That's
I'm
I
my
going with
think
prediction.
I
Lamal.
think yeah.
Lamal or Gula. Who?
Lamal.
I'm
with the
going with
same.
Lamal for sure.
I'm going with Lamal as well.
And that's as biased as it comes. As biased as it comes. I
I'm not
cannot.
even
This
being
boy is
biased.
just wonderful.
I'm genuinely not being biased, but I agree with
Lamine
what
Yamal is just exciting.
true. Player of the tournament.
Kylian Mbappe.
Ram.
Player of the tournament, Kylian Mbappe.
I'm going to go with the player of the tournament will come from Portugal. Oh, I don't know about Portugal. I can't believe he's there.
Nah, he's washed now. He's washed
I
now. Come
can't
on.
believe the man is there.
He's washed, man. Come on.
Ronaldo's
Look
there,
at
man.
this.
Ronaldo is there. See,
He,
lekker.
he's not even a factor. He's not even a talking point. He's there. The man is
He's
missing,
gonna
I
score.
missing
can't wait till he
tackles at
scores
Al
that first
Nassr.
penalty and makes it all about him, man. I just want that moment.
No, the man is missing tackles at Al Nassr, my bro.
You know,
Come
based on
on.
what Andrew said, I'm coming to what my point earlier about Harry Kane, right? The difference between him and Kane is Kane will try and get involved in the game. Abra's gonna stay in that box because he can't move anymore, right?
You will love there.
Bound to be every chance falls his way, and Abra will put it away.
And he's gonna
Just put it
celebrate
away.
it.
He'll put
Man,
it
he's
away.
been pissed off. Man has been missing tappings. Where did you see Ronaldo miss a tapping?
Listen,
Man has
he's
been
a
missing tappings in the Saudi league, my bro.
he's a proper 40-year-old now. He's a proper
Yeah.
40. He's 40 years old almost. Not 30. What's it? 38, 39.
38, 39 now, 39. No,
He
he's
can't-
climbing,
He can't
bro.
move it.
He's one of the greatest to ever play the game. He should just retire. He put him on that pedestal. He's one of
Here's
the
the thing,
greatest.
though. You look at that squad. You look at the way they play. When he's on the field, they play football. They don't try and beat people with pace, right? And they're that good. That doesn't get the yellow chances to score. And
Yeah, he's coming with Bruno
if he
Fernandes.
misses it, right?
Bernardo Silva.
If he
They
misses
have a
it, he's
killer team at Portugal.
if he misses it, pull him off. But don't be surprised if the chance they create, Bra put it away, and this Bra
he
ends
can-
up being top goal scorer. Golden
Ronaldo
boot.
will fall for Ronaldo here. But I'm going
It will.
Kylian. Top
I'm
scorer.
also going Kylian.
Top scorer.
Ask me all the
I'm gonna
questions
go
and then
hot take.
start.
Hot
Oh,
take.
so now you're gonna sit on the fence. Why are you sitting on the fence?
I'm going to sit
No,
on the fence because,
I'm
like
gonna
I
come
said,
out.
I
I'll
feel
take the top scorer, Alvaro Morata. And I'm gonna give you a very good reason. The support that he has on the midfield is gonna allow him to score a lot more goals. Because he has been clinical for Spain. What?
Spain, for Spain, he
Forget
is
about
clinical.
that.
Yeah, he
For
is.
Spain,
He is.
he's
Spain is
clinical. He's
clinical.
clutch. I mean, if you have players
Look,
like
the only way
Pedri and
for me,
Fermin Lopez and those guys giving you the ball and Zubimendi and Lamine Yamal that can pick a pass out of nowhere constantly, you gonna score because he
the
has the
further we need
creativity
to go
around
forward
him.
has
They
to be
can
Harry
pick him
Kane.
out from anywhere.
I'm gonna go with Kane, only simply just because he kicks
The
penalties.
further, even though I want to go far in this World Cup, Kane, he's got to be the top goal scorer.
I'm gonna pick Kane simply just because he kicks the penalties also. And I can see
Yeah,
I can see
I
Kane,
don't
you
see
know
the
what?
album on
I
my
can see
personal
Kane
thing.
dunking a hat trick on one of our teams in that group stage. Like he
Further,
did
Yeah,
it.
that I can see.
favorite
Okay,
one
that
for
I
me
can
is going
see.
to be coming from Portugal. I think that Portuguese Nando's is top players.
But say no more. But that's we'll come again. We'll touch base again.
Yeah,
Jens, what have you guys made about City suing the Premier League? The case is on Monday. What have you guys made of it? Any one of you can go first.
Right?
I think that is where the two-tone message in Pep comes from. A lot hinges on things like that about Monday, where it goes. We're not talking about being resolved before the season starts. We're talking about the direction in which it's going to go, because a lot of things have fallen on deaf ears so far, right? And if they are suing the FA, am I right? City suing the FA, if I
I
understand the
see.
whole thing correctly, is the fact that they are sure they're going to win the case. They won't sue the FA if they've got no chance or they've got no leg to stand on, and unless they're holding the FA by the balls to say you've allowed certain things to go our way, you've allowed this to go our way, and we can expose it if you pursue with this case of bringing us up in front of FIFA fair play. And I don't think the FA is going to want that on the case, so on their shoulders, and that being exposed in the media, because it'll be a dark day for English football if City reveals certain things that the FA have allowed them to get away with. Why else? Why else would City sue them? They're suing them because they kind of probably feel that when this stuff was brought up, you kept your mouth and you knew some of the things we were doing. So I don't know, man. I think it's going to go. This will decide if there's a lot of drama about it. I'm sure Pep's gonna check in the town.
Look, for me again, um, I see. I look at it like this. I look at it in one or two ways. If they win that case, then we might as well say hello to Newcastle and City competing for the title because then that's going to be a total complete utter circus. Do you know what I mean? But then again, you have to look at it again, and I'm going to play devil's advocate like this. Let's be honest, Bram. City isn't on the in terms of globally a big club on the level of United, Liverpool,
No,
Hmm.
where
Are you
they
not
fall.
talking supporter base?
yes, supporter base,
Just
fan
just
base.
just being out there. City at the moment is appealing to kids between the age of 6 and 13.
100%, 100%. They are. But again, like I said, like in terms of support base, no, they're not on that top three, top four. Chelsea, you can put Chelsea in that
Yeah,
bracket.
nowhere near.
But let's be realistic. They, like you said, because they all have that young up and coming fan base, and I've seen they've got a massive up and coming fan base. For the Premier League to lose them, it's also the Premier League will take a knock as a brand as well. What do you think, Ahmad?
Do you know what this creates? A Farmers League. It's just gonna be the ones that. But look, Pep came out and said it. If it really was money, Chelsea should have won it. United should have won it. So I think this is all a facade to move away from the focus on what City is being charged of and all that. I don't think this case going anywhere. To be honest, I think it's going to be squashed
Yeah,
to
that's that.
because it creates
I agree with you.
it creates too much attention and it's going to push football in the wrong direction because obviously you guys know how biased I am about the Premier League being the biggest league in the world or the best league in the world. But at the end of the day, majority of the people, it's the most watched league. So whatever happens there it's kind of the image of football. So whatever happens in here,
100%.
it's what football is going to be like. So they'll try
100%.
and squash it as quickly as possible because they don't want that. So
Remember
I
that
just think,
there's always been the case about sorry Ahmed, sorry, apologies for that. Ferguson dictated which referees blew his games.
Ah,
Ferguson dictated which referees lost there's almost not like your license but your right to referee in the Premier League if you blew up against them. You know,
yeah,
the conspiracy theorists is how do you go for 13 years? You don't have a penalty against you on your home ground, blah blah blah, all of those kind of things. And there's so many things that you can look at and zoom at. Why were United successful? And the small margins of error that made them successful is the difference between 1 point and no points. And those margin of errors came to haunt Arsenal this year. The goal against Newcastle being given when it's not a goal. Arsenal lose the league by a point. Liverpool, blatant non-offside goal being given against them. Liverpool lose the league. Never recovered from that. Maybe they did, they didn't, but those were key things that 1 or 2 points made a difference. Back then, in United's time, it went their way. Come what might, will go their way. All right? We don't take away from the fact that we're a decent side, but would you really have been as successful if there was things like VAR and fairness back then? And I think with City is that these kind of things have a way of rearing its head again. Is who's the most informed team and who has the most money. Back then, United had the most money in English football, if not the world. That they could flash and flaunt, not just assets, but they could flaunt. You have Man City today, the richest club in English football, one of the richest clubs in the world, but not the biggest clubs, one of the richest. And are they the money men of the English football league today? And everything goes their way. There's things that probably are going their way, but they on that they're not going to. They're suing the FA, and they can sort of. It's like almost like they're throwing their weight around to say, I just want to let you know, as boss, don't get this. You know, you dance to out tune. If
And
I tell you I don't play, if I tell you I don't play on a Sunday, I don't play on a Sunday. How many times do you see City play on a Sunday? Have you ever noticed this
no,
in a year?
very few. Unless it's a
City
and they
massive,
always come
unless it's a
with
big
the
only
game,
games they
play-
play.
unless it's a big game.
City
And
never
they
plays Spurs on
complain
a Sunday.
about the games they play. They complain. Like, I mean, why complain? If you're that good, you put your team on that level, you play, then
Here's the
you
thing.
must play. Like, why
Here's
is
the
it an
thing.
issue?
Have you ever seen City
Who
play
cares if
Spurs
you
on a
like to play on
Sunday?
Sunday and then again on Tuesday? You
You
put
won't see them
yourself there.
play. You won't see them play each other on a Sunday.
Mm.
You will always see the Arsenal City's on a Saturday. Did you
Yeah.
play them on a? They played them on a Saturday this year. It was a Saturday night. It wasn't a Sunday.
Now we play them both on Sundays. Both is on Sundays. 6
Sundays.
o'clock. Kick off. That's what I'm saying. Unless it's a big game.
There's things
Mm.
where that are tweaked and altered. City Arsenal's always but for the last 2 years you played them on a Saturday.
Yeah,
You played them one Saturday afternoon
yeah, and
when you weren't in the Champions League. When you weren't in the Champions League, you played them on a Saturday.
Yeah,
Because you're in the
2 or
Champions
12
League this
o'clock
year,
my Saturday was-
your games were moved to a Sunday because you were in the Champions League as well. When you weren't, you played them on a Saturday. They dictate when their games must be played and who they play on what days. They never play Wolves on a Sunday. They play Wolves on a Saturday afternoon early.
All
So
they
it's
got.
those kind of things.
But
It's those
that's,
kind
what
of things,
that's what I've been saying all year. Every time is my issue. This whole past year is they play before us, so it puts more pressure on us because they play the Fark Saturday and we play the Sunday.
Exactly.
Mm.
They don't play on a Sunday. When they have Champions League, they play on a Saturday. They have a Sunday and a Monday to rest. Everybody else will have the Sunday. They play either Tuesday night or the Wednesday night. You may think it still counts as the same amount of days, but it's still like a weekend that they have off. And that's probably all those things are probably going to come to an end now anytime soon. But now they're saying you're not going to do any of that. You're going to still dig down to out tune. You know,
How do you see
but
it
small
going?
matters. It's small little things
I think
that
that-
people
do-
think it will be
Do you think
pathetic.
do you think they're suing it to drag out the whole 115 charges thing?
I think
they're
so.
diverting
I think so.
the attention.
They're diverting the attention. I told you, this is a facade to pull away from the attention of.
And then the whole thing is
winning
before the
and
115 come
outside.
up, they're holding the FA to the gun to take responsibility and accountability for some of those charges.
Exactly. True.
And it's like
That's what
Graham
they're
said,
gonna
they're throwing their weight around, but at the end of the day, it's bad for football.
Yeah. Look for me
It
again. I don't
definitely
like
is.
to. I'm not gonna hop on. I'll wait until the verdict comes out on Monday, and then
What's the FA going to do if they start throwing a couple of things around, true or untrue, but they throw it around in the media?
Exactly,
What's
that's
the
the
FA
thing.
going
But
to do?
that is what can happen because if City win, then
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of other
saying.
teams,
What are they going
a
to
lot
do?
of
They're
other
going to
teams
want
will
to,
come out and say, you know what, we can also sue you, sue you for this and that and so
and
on.
that's what
So we
I'm
can,
saying. This thing is going to be squashed because they're going to have to do a lot of damage control. Whether things are true or untrue, it's going to leak to the media. It's going to sell. It's going to go to okay. It's going to counter them
And we
because the
know how the
backlash.
English media is.
The media is crazy.
exactly.
They're gonna write every little thing, true or untrue, is gonna come out. And we
Nowadays,
were sitting around like this
nowadays,
talking about things that are probably got nothing here to do with the truth. But
nowadays, it's not about, and this is what the English media is. It's not about what is true and false. It's who is first.
who's
Exactly.
first? Exactly.
True.
So whether they're gonna say something that's true or false, the only thing that's gonna matter is it's gonna be breaking news.
Breaking
That's the
news.
only thing that's gonna matter. And it's gonna trend and it's gonna hit and it's gonna hurt and then it's gonna come to let's just leave this
And
out.
that's why that's why I think Pip. I don't think Pip has the energy to be for that, and I can see him throwing in and saying, "Guys, you know what? Thanks very much. I've clocked the
But
English game. I'm
I'm
out.
cutting, I'm
I'm
cutting.
out."
But that's why, but look at it like that. That's why all of a sudden we're getting rumors of Alvarez going to Chelsea, De Bruyne flirting with Saudi Arabia, Edison flirting with Saudi Arabia.
Alvarez to Barcelona. That's what I saw the other day.
I
That
also saw
also.
that, but I don't want
Yeah.
Would you take him, Ahmed?
I don't want him.
Nah, same.
I
I'm
don't want him.
also.
I don't think I need him. I want to give Victor Roque the chance that he deserves.
Hmm.
That's what I want. I mean, for a club that doesn't have money, we spend 60 mil. Ask me where we pulled 60 mil out of the
Where you got
ass for
that money
Victor
from?
Roque.
I'll never know.
Oh, the Lord knows alone. But
I like Alvarez. I think
Hmm.
better team,
I'm
not
still
better team, but
perplexed
different
about the whole
footballing
Hansi
team.
Flick situation. I still didn't process Hansi Flick being my manager.
I was gonna ask you
Number
before we
one,
even happened,
I still
before we
didn't
wrap it
process
up.
it.
How are you feeling about that one though? Because we heard once that Xavi was gonna leave, then he was gonna stay, and then all of a
Then he was
sudden,
gonna stay, and he
how
was
do you feel
making
about
It
plans for the
was
new
a
season.
whole mess because I was on the same emotional roller coaster as everybody else. Because Laporta is big as like a cookie ship slut. Because then it's like, no, Xavi's staying. I spoke to Xavi. Xavi's gonna stay. Xavi believes he stays. Then Xavi comes to the training ground and he doesn't have access. And then it's like, Xavi, you're gone. What
This
happened
guy,
there? I don't know. So that's why I said I'm so perplexed about. I know how good Hansi Flick is as a manager, and I know what he wants to install, which I'm open for. But I still don't know how to process this and what he's going to do to take the step forward. I know he told Balde's the main focus. He's giving Victor Roque more chances. Fermin Lopez stays. He doesn't want Frankie De Jong to go. He told Sergio Roberto straight whether he's saying or going this probably on his way out. Maybe he go join his mates there in Inter Miami. I don't know. But but he has a clear plan, which is what I like.
It's got a plan, but
And the
like
one thing, the one thing that my club is an inexperienced manager. Let's not forget this. He's not been doing this for 10 years, not even 5. He does not know how to lift and motivate players. That was his biggest struggle this season. I don't feel the struggle. Yes, his squad that he selected was debatable, but it's not all that bad. The struggle of the performance comes with not having to anticipate the right mindset to the players. And I feel that is so important for a manager quality, for a manager to come in and be able to lift the spirits or tell the players exactly, put them know they need to be. Xavi couldn't do that. And I think Hansi Flick can maybe bring that. And if we can do that, we will hopefully see that from Barcelona. Hopefully.
yeah, Flick is a top manager. Like you said, only time will tell. But let's wrap it up. Ahmad, give me your final thoughts, my brother.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Um, yeah, like I said, only time will tell. But we've come to the end of the show. It's been an awesome stream. Actually, I didn't even realize an hour and 15 minutes flew that quick by. But just give me your final thoughts before we wrap it up.
Final thoughts. I think this Euros is going to be full of surprises. I think I think we're going to be shocked by some small teams making a big impact and showing that they're not afraid because that's what this is about. Um, I'm excited because football is back at the end of the day. But I'm pretty sure for me, we're gonna see a France-Spain final, probably the dream final.
I'll hold you to that one, my brother. But love for jumping on. Governor, your final thoughts, my brother.
Nah, look, I'm like I said, excited. Friday night, I'm so excited that it's happening. Yeah, it's gonna be a weekend of frustration. You know, England is bound to spoil your weekend. To the Muslim viewers out there, Eid Mubarak for Monday.
Mubarak in advance.
To
Yeah.
everybody.
Thank you.
But look, it's gonna be absolutely brilliant. Football Friday night, 3 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday. Monday's a public holiday. You got 3 games on the TV, so it's
3 games on
exciting.
Eid. I'm not complaining with it.
I'm not complaining either,
lovely.
brother. It's a public holiday. It's just perfect, you know. I mean, let's the key games. Just want to quickly, David, just go into the matches, the weekend. Germany, Scotland, Friday, obviously, right, and then
Spain, Croatia.
Saturday you've got Switzerland, Hungary. The Spain Croatia game Saturday. Why could that not be the late game? It's 6 o'clock Saturday.
That's
You
6
got Italy,
bells,
Albania the night. But then Sunday night, yeah, England, Serbia Sunday night. Poland play Sunday, and then Monday night leg. France,
France,
Austria Monday night.
Did you see the
Romania,
next in the
Ukraine.
week? I know we're in advance, and we'll probably do a show before then. But next week Friday, France and Holland play. How's that?
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely
On a
brilliant.
Friday night, my
But
man.
I mean, just for
That's gonna be
the
a
weekend's
cracking
fixtures,
Mm.
fixtures up until Tuesday night is exquisite fixtures. Yeah, one wait, guys.
I echo those.
Everybody, I've enjoyed the show tremendously, and like I said, so I'm quite happy that we said we're gonna do a next show, the start of the knockouts. Yeah, can't wait.
I will be there. Don't you care? But big up everyone in the chat. You know what to do. Like the video, share the thing, subscribe to the thing. It's the Spanish pundit Ahmad. It's Hotspur Bram. It's David D, and we are out of here. Love for the love, people. Please.
Cheers, love for the love.